Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to the channel. In today's video I have a zero recoil AK-74 class. This is probably the best class that I've found for the AK-74 in Call of Duty Cold War. The gameplay that you guys are watching in today's video is me using this class setup, so you guys can see that this thing really has almost zero recoil. It's super controllable and is one of my favorite classes to be using right now. But without further ado, let's get into this video, and if you guys could leave a like on this video if it does help you out in any way, and also subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty Cold War content in the future. But anyways, let's jump right into this class setup. Now, starting off with the Optic, I run the Microflex LED. This is my go-to reflex for all the guns. Now, a lot of people do actually like the reflex for the AK. You guys can just go with the regular iron sights if you're one of those people that actually do enjoy the iron sights, but for some reason, just when I put a red dot on my gun, I can just do so much better, and especially shooting at longer ranges, it makes it just a little bit easier in my opinion than if you're using just a plain iron sight. So that is the Optic that I use. For the muzzle section of this weapon, there's two different ones that you can use. The one that I rock is the Muzzle Brake 7.62. It's the first one that you unlock. It does plus 4% vertical recoil control. I just like using this one because, in my opinion, I think it's overall the best one. It does, obviously it makes your vertical recoil control go up, plus there's zero cons to it. Like, it doesn't hurt your weapon in any way, so that's why I like it. Another one that I flip to using, and you guys can try this if you guys want, because this one might be a little bit better for some people, and that's the Spent NAS Compensator, and that is plus 12% vertical recoil control, but the only con to that is you have minus 8% horizontal recoil control. If you guys can deal with the horizontal recoil control, I would definitely recommend probably trying this one then, because the vertical recoil control is like really good. It makes the gun so accurate. But my personal opinion, I just don't like having that minus 8% horizontal recoil control. I feel like it just throws the gun off a little bit, and I'd rather just have the plus 4%. That's my personal opinion, but I would definitely try either one of those two, and that will be pretty much good for you. The barrel section, we have the 18.2 inch VDV reinforced. This does plus 100% effective damage range, plus 40% bullet velocity, and then the cons to it are minus 4% sprinting move speed, minus 20% aim walking movement speed. We will pretty much just offset the cons to this one and a couple of the other attachments that we're going to get to in a second, but I use that for the barrel. The body, I use the Tiger Team Spotlight. Now, I didn't use this one on a lot of my guns. I usually just put the first steady aim laser on because it was plus 20% hip fire, but this Tiger Team Spotlight actually makes it super easy to see enemies, and it makes it a lot better, and especially depending on the map, it really does a difference. Basically, you'll be able to see their name tags above their heads from a farther distance, and there's like a little red dot above their name tag. It's really overpowered actually, and I didn't know that this one, this certain attachment did that, but now that I do know that, I'm probably going to be putting this attachment on a lot of my guns, so I would definitely try the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the Underbarrel, we have the foregrip attachment, and that does plus 15% horizontal recoil control. Now, I put the muzzle one that does zero cons, like I said in this video previously, so basically that makes my horizontal recoil control completely go up 15%. If you put on the other muzzle that I said that has minus 8% horizontal recoil control, basically now you're only gaining about 7, so it's about half of what you would be. It all depends on the attachment that you picked for your muzzle section, but this is basically just the go-to one regardless of which muzzle you did put on. It just determines what this foregrip actually does. Does it do 15% or does it do the 7% instead? So that's pretty much just what that does. So the foregrip, though, definitely the best underbarrel out of all of them. The magazine, I use the 40 round speed mag. This is my personal opinion. I feel like 40 mags is good enough, or 40 rounds is good enough for the AK. I feel like you can kill like 3 to 4 people easily within that little bit of time, and then the speed mags obviously just makes it easier for being on smaller maps and being able to reload quickly and get back to shooting and everything like that. So I like the 40 round speed mag. I don't really think the 50 round speed mag is necessary, but if you want to put that on, all it does is minus 5% 10% more aim down sight time, so it's really not that big of a difference. But like I said, I personally don't think that you need anything really bigger than a 40 round, but that's just my personal opinion. So for the handle, then we have the Spetsnaz Field Grip, and that basically does aim down sight time plus 15%, and then plus 80% flinch resistance. Now, I really like having one of these, handles as a flinch resistant, because I personally think that when you are getting shot, the flinch is very strong in this game. So I think that the flinch resistant really does make a very big impact. And the only thing that is negative about this is it does minus 12% to the sprint to fire time, which the next attachment will cancel that completely out, so I don't even worry about that. But I like this attachment because it does plus flinch resistant, and it also does plus the aim down sight time as well. The other ones are only like just aim down sights or only flinch resistance. Now for the last attachment in the stock category, I rock with the no stock personally, just because it does plus 30 sprint to fire time, which, like I said, with the last attachment, we do minus 12% sprint to fire time, so that's making up for it, plus adding still like, what, 17% or something like that. So it's very, very good, and it helps a ton with running around and getting to actually, keep up with the pace of SMGs and stuff like that, because obviously we know the sprint to fire time on SMGs is very quick. So for an AR, this helps it a lot, and it only does minus 50% hip fire accuracy. That's the only con to it. Personally, I don't find myself hip firing much with the AK anyway, so I don't really see that being a con at all. But that is the last attachment for the AK. The rest of my class, I'm just going to go over real quick. The tacticals, I like to run the stim shot. Lethals, I go with the stem text. Field grip, I go with the field mic. Perks, I go with flap jacket, scavenger, and ninja. And then I obviously have to use the wild card gunfighter, because that's what gives us all the extra slots for all the other attachments. Secondary, with the AK, I usually like to run the Damatis or a shotgun, one of the other pistols. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Damati. Just a secondary that is good at close quarters, like really, really close quarters. So that's why I recommend probably a shotgun. It's only mainly because the AK is just not good like at hip fire range, which is exactly why I said I don't see myself hip firing really with the AK, and that's because it's just not a hip firing gun. It's not going to win gunfights consistently at that range. So that's why I like to use a secondary that is very, very good up close. That way you have a gun for in those situations. So this is my zero recoil AK-74 class in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every subscriber counts. It means a ton to me. If there's any other guns that you guys would want me to do a class setup for, definitely comment them in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to go down there, and any suggestions that I see, I'll try my best to do them. But anyways, hope you guys are having a fantastic rest of your day. Until the next time, peace.